Good evening, my ranters. Tonight is Thursday night. It's 8:52 p.m. I just uploaded a video so you could see what's in my backyard with the camera I just put there tonight. It's freaking amazing. I mean, I'm impressed. Now, I know some of it's going to be, some of them are probably, some are probably some bugs, but there's too much there to say it's all bugs. I've already seen a shape of a person go across the backyard, but I didn't catch it on video. Dang it. Well, actually, I did. I'll have to look at my, my video playback, see if I can catch it. But anyway, I'm fixing to turn this over live to my backyard cam in just a minute. But I just wanted to set it up and tell you what's going on. And that's why I uploaded that video a minute ago so you guys could see what's going on. This camera is at the edge of my backyard, covering a whole lot of space. And now some things probably are bugs, but some of them are not. They just appear in front of you and disappear within a few seconds. And I want you to, so we'll see what we get. Anyway, whoever's here joined so far, welcome to a special ghost rant. This is a prelude, or a prelude, some people say, for Saturday night. As I promised you before, this Saturday, I'm going to do what I'm going to just call it a total dark ghost hunt in my house. Probably use mostly this monitor that has the cameras everywhere. And try to do some EVPs and catch some other things. And I've got a new tool that I'm going to use this Saturday. But this is a hand carry tool, so we'll see what happens. And I'll show you how it works. But for today, to give you a little toast what's going to come Saturday, so you know, as always, it's, as I say, Ghosts in My Home in North Carolina on my YouTube page. I just uploaded a video there too. It's also Ghosts in My Attic and Ghosts in My Yard. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm going to get ready to switch this camera over. Here we go. Let's see. But when it'll let me, I will. There we go. All right, folks. Now this is live. You're seeing this. Oh, I forgot with this phone, I have to do it this way. So I'm going to get back out so you can see the screen. As you can see it, it's live right now. This is the camera for my live camera in the backyard. And y'all can see it. Now keep watching. Some of it be streaks, some of it's fast, some of it's slow. And some like big fat orbs. I seen one that was so big it would look like a pumpkin floating through the air. But I wanted you to see this live, because right now, if you walk out the door, you might not see this stuff, but it's going on right now. So Mark, welcome to the rant. My niece, welcome to the rant. You were just here a minute ago. Kayla. Orbs. Orbs. There are a few bugs. I'm not going to lie to you and say there are no bugs, because I'd be lying. But mostly orbs. And that's why I uploaded a video a while ago. See what happens. But this Saturday, I have a habit. I like to do ghost hunts. Jana, welcome to the rant. I like to do ghost hunts, and I have done a ghost hunt in my attic. Oh, I'll tell you in a minute, Karen. Welcome to the rant. I have done a ghost hunt in my attic. I've done one in my house before. Now I'm not outside with this camera, but I have the camera in my house. It's live right now. So I'm doing a live rant. And that's the live camera out in the yard that I'm getting off this monitor I have. Oh, where? North Carolina. Southeastern North Carolina. Mark, your property is... All right, orbitations, yes, it has a lot of orbs. But you should watch some of my other videos, and you see orbs in my attic. There's like tons of them sometimes. It won't let me rotate like this, which is kind of ticking me off. So I have to kind of like float back and forth. Now when I shoot the video and upload it, I can do it that way, but it won't let me do the live stuff that way. You guys are seeing this. Like I said, I'm being honest, some of them are bugs, but most of them are orbs. Look, you saw that. Y'all just saw that. That orb. There it is. Look. That is not a bug. Did you see that? That was live on the camera. It's also going to be recorded when I save it on Facebook. So people will be able to watch this later and see that big orb. Who saw that big orb? Come on, y'all ain't blind. That just like, whoa. I mean, that was bigger than a head. Look, there's a small, fast one. Like, whoa. Maybe that other one was a senior orb. Oh, by the way, if you look back towards where you see metal back there, that's the fence. There is a graveyard, and I'm going to turn the camera in the direction where it is. There's a tree and there's a shed right there. Well, in between the tree and the shed, if you go directly back on the other side of the fence, there's a graveyard. And I don't know how many people are buried there, but there's a lot of headstones. But it's an old graveyard. Now, I'm just going to keep rotating back and forth and see what we catch. But, I mean, it's amazing. So, I'm just impressed. That there's that. Actually, I put this camera out there tonight as an experiment. I said, well, let me see if I can catch anything with one of these new CTT cameras that I have. And I recently, in the last month and a half, bought 8 cameras and a system. Kayla, welcome to the rant. Right now, it seems sometimes it'll be busy and then suddenly it gets slow. And then suddenly it'll pick up. But y'all saw that huge orb a minute ago. I mean, it was big. And you see how some orbs just appear, get really bright, and flash out. Bugs can't do that. I've seen orbs go into the trees, inside of a tree. Bugs can't do that. John, welcome to the rant. And I decided to do this tonight. And unannounced, because I put the camera out there and I started watching the camera when it got dark. And I was like, wow. I knew it was going to be something because I saw a couple of orbs earlier today in broad daylight. See this bush right here I'm zooming in on? And earlier today while it was daylight, when I first put the orbs out there, guess what? It seemed like a couple of orbs came right out of that bush and went into it. Now that looks like a face, but it's not. It's a bush. I'm backing out so you guys can see. Look. Y'all are seeing what I'm seeing. And I just think I think it's very interesting. And right now I'm not doing any EVPs out there, but I may this weekend, this Saturday. Hey kiddo, I love you. Are you seeing all the orbs in your uncle's backyard? Rhonda, welcome to the rant. I'm trying to wave at you. There you go. I mean, that's amazing. That's all I can keep saying. It's amazing. I've never seen... I mean, you all watch some ghost shows. A lot of us do. Some don't. And you see orbs and stuff on there. And you never see anything like that. They go, hey, you never see nothing like that. For some reason, I'm beginning to think and starting to believe, I could be wrong, Catherine K., welcome to the rant, that my property is exceptionally haunted. And I don't know why. It's not like I sent out an invitation for all the ghosts to come here, or spirits. But see, this tells me one thing, that when I bought this house, I knew it was kind of haunted when I bought it. I knew that. I wasn't surprised. Look at that. You all seen that big orb and it just flashed out. That's not a bug. Bugs don't do that. Bugs might be like a little light and it goes around and that's it. But these are orbs and streaks of orbs and streaks of light. But I mean, I honestly don't know. See that little light you see go up there? That was probably a bug. Looked like a lightning bug. See that little one I'm focusing on in the back? That's probably a bug back there by those bushes. And there's probably a couple of bugs over there. Like that's probably a bug. But a lot of these are not a bug. So, it's outside. So obviously you can't say there are no bugs out there. That would be a lie. But there are plenty of orbs going back and forth. And somebody saw, I know y'all saw that. I'm going back to that one big orb that just popped up. And it hovered. And I'm telling you, it was bigger than 2 pumpkins. It was that I'll never forget. I may take this video and send it to the paranormal called on camera. But I'm sure they get much more interesting video than mine when they see stuff move. I don't have any poltergeists here. I mean, I've seen a cabinet door open, but once. And I've seen the doors creak open in a dining room. I have French doors, and there was no way and no reason it should open. And they did. But I mean, I haven't seen anything like you see some of the poltergeist things they show in the ghost shows where a freaking bear flies across the room. Nope, I haven't had anything I don't have anything like that. See? Lights go in and out. And it's just crazy. So I'm glad that you're here watching. This whole video is going to be recorded. So when I save it, you'll be able to watch it in its entirety. Plus that big orb I caught earlier is saved 2 different places. So I'll be able to see it. And that was just amazes me. Okay. I mean, there's plenty of orbs there, and it gets bright, it gets dark. I mean, you guys are seeing this. But that's what's in my backyard. That's why I say, if someone wants to come to my yard sometime, or my house or my attic, just contact me. If you want to come do a ghost hunt here, you're welcome. Just let me know. Now, I haven't figured something out, so maybe y'all can help me. See how right in here, it looks like there's a big white background circle? And then you go to either side, it's darker. I'm thinking, and then there's lights in the trees up right there. I'm thinking that's my camera reflecting, because the camera, when you do infrared, a camera has to have like a weird light on it so you can see infrared late at night. So I'm thinking that it might be a reflection, but I haven't decided yet. It hasn't moved. It's not like it's a giant orb moving around, so that's what I'm thinking it is. I mean, most orbs move. They've got, apparently in the spirit world, they got places to go. I mean, maybe they're all getting ready for Friday and Saturday night. Hey, it's Thursday. I'm just kidding. I mean, look, some orbs are like, what? What are you doing? I mean, y'all seen this. If you go long enough, we'll probably see another fat orb. Look, see that? What this is live. You have to understand this is definitely live, and it's getting busier at the moment. And you think, well, it might be the wind's blowing stuff around. Look at the leaves, they're not even moving. Right there, look. You see this? I'm going to back up how busy it got. Y'all are seeing this live. It's happening right now in my backyard. The most haunted backyard in America. Y'all just saw that. I mean, it was a bunch of orbs just decided to flash across the screen at once. That was just impressive. Hey, if I could move like these orbs do, I could lose a lot of weight very quickly. Look, here we go again. And you think, well, that's dust particles. Well, if the wind were blowing, I believe it. But all you have to do is look at the branches in the background. They're not moving. If they were moving really fast and then that was happening, I said, okay, well, it could be some dust particles being pulled up, but it's not. And since I proved that my yard and my house and time again is haunted, it's definitely orbs, spirits. What stage they are in the spirit world, I have no idea. I'm not an expert on that. Okay, but it's just, you just saw that a minute ago, how busy it was for a minute. I mean, it was like it was in the attic. Now, I haven't seen that much today in the attic, so maybe with the summer, all the spirits went outside. Did you see that? Did you all see that? That was like a squared flash something. There it is. Look, right there. Y'all see it. Y'all see it? It just went below the screen. I got it recorded. I need to write down the time for that. 9:07. Hold on. I'm going to write down the time for that. Sorry, 9:07. I'm going to go back and review that and then save it. 9:07. That was not a bug, and y'all saw that. It dropped down and came back up, and it's like, I wonder if they figured out there's a camera now and they're showing off. I mean, if they're alive in life, they must know what a camera could look like. Have anybody ever seen anything like this? Trust me, I haven't. Not in my backyard. I've seen it in my attic. I wonder if the energy from the camera is drawn. They say sometimes spirits feed off of energy, but since the energy is live electricity because it's plugged in on the camera, it's not battery powered. Otherwise, it'd probably be drained already. I wonder if they're. I mean, a lot of people say spirits are drawn to energy. I wonder if they're seeing. That's what they're drawn to. But what we saw a minute ago is amazing. We saw that square thing, and it was down there. Came back up. We saw big orbs. We saw a ton of orbs all at once, like it was raining orbs. Most of these are intelligent, moving. Now that little thing there, it was probably a bug. But those are orbs. Wow. And folks, this is in southeastern North Carolina. I'm about an hour from Wrightsville Beach. So look up Wrightsville Beach, and I'm about an hour east. Look for a town called Lumberton. Look for Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm north of Lumberton, south of Fayetteville. I'm out in the sticks. Sort of. It's a small town with about 4,000 people. It's an old town. Been here since the 1700s. I can tell you that. I can tell you that the whole town at one time in the early 1919 or something like that, early teens, maybe even earlier than that. I think it was between 1905 and 1918 or something like that. Anyway, the story goes, and I've known this since I moved here, Red Springs was a popular place to come because they had a spring that supposedly that cured a lot of stuff, and where people could use it to feel better. So they would come here from all over. Well, the town burned down. Most of downtown burned down and a lot of houses. And then they rebuilt it. I mean, you guys are seeing these giant orbs, little orbs. Anybody not impressed, raise your hand. And if you're not impressed, that means you have your eyes closed. Now, I can't turn my screen like this or Facebook won't let me do it. So I'm rotating back and forth with the screen the way it is. I wonder if I can make this smaller. No, I can't make this picture smaller, so I just have to rotate back and forth. But we've caught a lot. I mean, this is really impressive. Man. Now, all of a sudden, it got quiet. Look. Now, how is that possible? We watch these leaves. They haven't moved. There's no wind blowing. To me, if it's busy 1 second and not the next, my best guess is there's doorways there and they open and close. Look at that. That was a very bright orb. People, I'm not a man. I wish, in a way, I had the proof. If I just told people I was seeing this stuff and didn't have no proof, they'd think, hey, he's crazy. You know what? If I were somebody else and didn't have and the person didn't have proof said they saw this, I would probably say, well, I don't know. If I never saw orbs before, but I'm still in my yard. They live in my yard. I need to start charging them rent. Here you go. Look, there was another one. Y'all can see this. This is a monitor that I have in my office. And right now I'm only watching one camera that's in the backyard. I have 7 others, but I don't have those on right now. I mean, they're turned on, but I don't have them viewing right now. And you can see what time it is. So everybody can be a witness. This was May 6, 2021 at 9:12 p.m. and earlier. So you know it was live, and you see the numbers moving. It's happening right now. I found out on my 1 terabyte hard drive If it gets full, as long as I haven't clicked on overwrite, it'll just start overwriting the old stuff. So this will probably record, keep up to 2 months back recordings recorded, and then it's going to overwrite. It's like the camera pops up and says, "Hey." The orb pops up, looks into the camera, and then says, "What is it?" Maybe these outside orbs could not. Well, the camera. You have to think about it, the camera wasn't there yesterday. So if you're 100 orbs or spirits and you're out there in the yard, you might decide, "What is that? That's something different, curious," and then start saying to the other spirit, "Hey, look at this! Look at this!" Who knows? We don't know how they communicate for sure. Sorry, I had to itch my arm. And there's a big light in that bush right there that flashed out. Huh. Anyway. Okay, and oh, caught that. No, and I didn't tell anybody I was going to do this tonight. I just decided to do it when I turned the camera on outside and put it on there today. And thought, well, we'll see what I see tonight. And then I came here, and so after watching a couple of episodes of Andy Griffin, so let's see what we see. I like watching the old Andy Griffin show, even though half the time I know what's going to happen. You know, 10 years ago, if you said, "Do you like the old Andy Griffin?" I would have probably said no. But as you get older and get wiser, your tastes change. Like if you asked me 15 years ago, "Oh, you're going to be a ghost hunter someday," I'm like, "No, I'm not." Without me knowing that I was lying back 15 years ago if someone asked me. And 15 years ago, they didn't have the equipment they have today. It's really amazing. What I may do, and here's my ideal, for the outside thing, I may put a right down here somewhere, or maybe off here where it's not as bright, and put a meter or something there, and then have the camera on the meter so we can see it. But when I did that, a bunch of orbs went by. It's different when there's ones that go in loop-to-loops. Ones go in, look like a backbone. I mean, that's what we saw earlier was a backbone. I mean, I've seen that before where it's like a backbone streak. I'm going to have to look at it later and slow it down. But and then for a second, it dies down and it picks up. I always wonder, like us in real life, in fleshy life, if spirits have certain hours that they just don't do anything. However they sit, wherever they are, they just chill out and go rest. I don't know if they probably don't eat or anything, but just like say, okay, I've used all my energy, and they just chill out somewhere in the other world, and then their energy builds up and they start up again. I mean, I don't know. I just said I always wondered. What's bugging me, I can see things out the corner of my eyes. Bring this back a little bit. We can all see it. There we go. That's the whole screen right there. Now, I did that. There, nothing comes by, but you'll see it. It is recorded. It's starting to slow down now. A little bit. But we saw a lot already. And I uploaded a video earlier to Facebook and to YouTube. And if I can get this recorded, I may upload this whole thing to YouTube too. I'm trying to get more exposure because I want people to know that this house is really haunted. But I don't have, what do you call, again, I'll repeat, I don't have the poltergeist spirits like, hey. But I do catch voices sometimes. I do catch my dog sitting in the doorway from my office to the dining room, just sit there. Nothing is there. And be looking straight up like something's there, like if I were there talking to it. And sometimes I yell at the dog and say, hey, and the dog won't move. It's still looking. So I know they see things. And I'm pretty certain I probably don't see everything. I know one thing, I caught a video When I was sleeping, I watched myself sleep. I know that sounds silly, but I wanted to see if anything would bug me. And an orb came out of the ceiling while I was sound asleep and had my mask on because I have sleep apnea. It didn't go in me, but it was like it sat on top of my head for about 30 seconds, and then it was like it spun a little bit, and then took off across the room and was gone. Of course, then I've seen orbs go on my pillow before too in my room. Certain nights, if you look at the camera in my room, you can see orbs and stuff there. But most orbs I've seen is in my attic and now my backyard. And I had 2 attic cameras. This is my other attic camera because it wasn't really catching nothing. It was getting like a little area. So I said, well, I'm going to pull that out of there and put it outside. And look. Now when the orbs aren't in the attic, I know where they are. They're outside playing. And you know, it is night. So it may be true that some spirits can only come out at night. I mean, look, I was about to get busy again, I think, because I just seen. I wonder if they can hear me. Hold on, I'm going to yell, so don't be scared, anybody. Hey, orbs outside, if you can hear me, a bunch of you go in front of the camera again like you did before. Or whoever that is outside about my camera, let's make it a bunch of you. Think that was their answer? I don't know. I mean, if you're dead, no disrespect to the dead, and you're in the spirit world, who knows what their hearing capabilities are? Now, you can imagine you could see all kinds of things and shapes and bushes at night. People do. But if you see something that you think I'm missing, type it in down there at the bottom. Tell me where to take my phone camera lens to zoom in on the live camera, and I can go there. This is a golden opportunity to do that. So if you do see something down there, as I'm going back and forth a little bit, that you think, hey, he missed that. Now that light over there was a headlight. There's a road behind my yard, so don't worry about that. There it goes. You will see occasional headlights go back and forth, so don't worry about those. But if you see something that I don't see, maybe you see a full body apparition that I miss, tell me where it was. I can zoom in on it for a minute and see if we can catch it again. But if you do see it, tell me where it was. And then when I review this later, I can find out where I can look at the time and say it was within that 15 minutes. I can look for it. But this is, to me, some of the people, well, that's boring. Well, not if you think of it in a different way. If you think, well, most of these orbs that you're seeing are some type of spirit energy. A lot of them were probably a person that haven't left the earth. And there's a graveyard behind my house. Maybe back when they had the big fire in Red Springs, they've never left. They've all been here. Could be, don't know. See, right there, it wasn't getting nothing. It like totally got quiet for a second. I mean, still seeing a little bit, but not like it was earlier. I still have to work tomorrow, which kind of stinks. Tomorrow's Friday, and then I'm going to work, and then Saturday, and then Saturday night, I'm going to go totally dark in my house. The only thing I'm going to have for light is my camera phone and a light on one of my cameras. That's it. And I'm going to go in different rooms, like sit in here, go in my bedroom. I'm going to go in the attic, go in the living room, go in the dining room. So it's going to be a long one. And I'm even going to go outside to see if I can do some EVPs. I'm going to wait until I see a lot of traffic on the camera. And I'm going to sneak out there and put where the camera sits, it's on a chair. I'm going to put a EVP recorder on there and see if anybody wants to come up and talk to it. See, right now, it's like way slow. So why did it get slow? Are there doors that open and close to the other side, and right now maybe they've closed for a little bit? Or was that the traffic jam earlier and it's gone? You could ask yourself a lot of these questions. Nobody knows the answer for sure. I mean, I don't know. I've learned more and more every day and every week, but I don't know hardly. Some of the experts know way more than I do. Let me see if we can round them up. All right, orbs. People, whoever's out there in my yard in spirit form and orb form, can you make a bunch of orbs? Go through in front of the camera again so that I know that you can hear me. Can you do that at the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Maybe they can't hear me. That's okay. I didn't know if they could or not. Or maybe they can and they're ignoring me. That's a crazy man. Maybe someone say he allows all them spirits in his house. Well, how can I don't see them half the time. And since they can go wherever they want, I mean, they're friendly enough. It's almost, I hate to see, I had a crazy thought the other day, and I thought, well, maybe it's more like a spirit resort home. You know how you go to a resort and there's all kinds of people there and you go to the beach and all that? Well, maybe somehow my house or my property is a spirit resort home. Do I think I'm the only property that could be haunted in Orange Springs? Of course not. There's some really big old houses I love to explore, but I have to get permission or find out who owns them. Now that, what I was just following, was probably a bug. I think we're seeing a few more bugs now than we were before. But we're still seeing orbs. At any rate, see, how long have I been on here now? 31 minutes. It's about what I planned. All right, well, message me on what you think about Saturday's ghost hunt. It's going to be Saturday, and it's going to be totally dark. I mean, I'm not going to have a TV on. I'm not going to have a light on in another room. I'm not going to have, it's going to be, I don't have a flashlight. So I have my camera phone and a flashlight. And then I have cameras all over my house, so you guys may see things that I don't. And then I'm going to come back here and put all the cameras on. Now, while we're seeing a lot of videos, I'll show you what it looks like with all the cameras, because y'all haven't seen that. All right, let's see. Split, go to 8 view. Now that's all my cameras. So there's my attic camera. That's my bedroom camera. That's one of my dining room cameras. That's my other dining room camera. There's the outside camera we're just watching. And there's the front door camera. There, I do see orbs on the porch sometimes. And you're saying, who is that crazy person? Well, that's me. I have a camera in the office now. I have caught very few orbs in the office, so that it may not stay in here for long. But you see the it looks like 3 red dots. You would think, oh, in the sky, that's a UFO. Well, that's the camera. And that's my Alexa sitting over there with 2 lights. And that's my other computer. Anyway. Now the attic seems to be really quiet tonight. I don't see anything up there, so I don't know. Maybe all the orbs are outside right now. Now you see this ball? I put a ball up there to see if someone would move it. And right now, they haven't moved it yet. Well, actually they did, because it was farther out here, like right there. If you look to the bottom, top, middle of the screen, and then now it's closer to the stairs. So it may have moved a little bit, but I didn't catch it. If it did, I don't know when it moved. And there's our outside camera again. But this is what I'll use. But this will be totally dark. No lights, no light. No light. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to show you one camera. That's my living room camera right there. I do catch orbs in there at times. So I've caught orbs in just about every part of the house, even the guest room. But some rooms are more busier than others. So I just saw a couple of orbs in the attic right there. But y'all have seen the videos of the attic, and sometimes it was just like, a couple of videos I've already posted, it's like snowing orbs. I thought I was seeing things. I thought something was wrong with the camera at first. To debunk it, I went upstairs a couple times and made sure there wasn't like a bunch of spider webs that fell down on it or something like that. And there was nothing on it. It was a brand new camera. It was clear. So I know that it wasn't. I saw an orb on the porch out of the corner of my eyes right there. And I see more orbs outside. Y'all just seen that? That's a bug. That really bright little thing is a bug. I figured that out, but a lot of other stuff wasn't. Right there, that's a bug. And I will not claim that's an orb. I don't know if y'all saw, but right up there, there was some kind of shadow right below that. I'm trying to zoom in on it. Right where the clock is, look to the left. In that space, there was a shadow there. It looked like a shadow person, and it's gone now. Oh, did you see that slow orb? I should go back to the big screen because there's not too much on the other one. So let's go back to the outside one. Hold on. This camera 4. And bingo, we're back outside. Look, see it? You see that? That is not an orb. That was a person. Holy crap. Hey, whatever that was a person. Oh my goodness. Let me write down the time of that. That was 9:28. Let me go back and look at that. 9:28. That was freaking amazing. I don't know what that was. But you all saw, I mean, it was big and round. It's bigger than my head. And my sisters will tell you I have a big head. Wow. What was that? That was not your standard orb. That was like football shaped. Looked like a head. I'm getting to think my yard's a lot more haunted, even more so than I was saying earlier. Wow. All right, is there anybody still here? If you are, and I can't, and it doesn't show you being here, type I am still here at the bottom of this. Type the I am here, still here, so that I know you're here. Wow. All right, I'm going to count to 10, and nobody says I'm still here. I'm going to close this down for tonight anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess everybody got bored or had to leave. Okay, well, thank you all for coming. For those that didn't get to see this live, it's recorded. Tell me what you think. There it was. You see that? There was a big orb there again. It was halfway in the screen. I don't know what that is. It's like there's a spirit out in the yard. I wish it would come across the screen. Let me catch it. That is amazing. Anyway, I'm getting ready to go. Thank you all for coming. I love you in Christ. More to come. If you're gonna, after you watch this video or something, you see this video, you're gonna be around for Saturday's total dark ghost hunt in my house and outside. I'm just gonna go wherever my heart leads me. And I'm going to go, and if enough of you are on here and say, hey, Dan, or hey, go over here, or go over there and see what you can catch. I'll try to go there. We'll kind of let you guys guide the ghost hunt. I just got to be careful. It's totally dark that I don't hurt myself. But other than that, it'd be fun. Donna! I know you didn't know I was on. This is my backyard, Donna. We've been catching all kind of orbs on this video. It's like 30-something minutes long already. I'm going to sit. Hey, that big orb that was right there. There was a big orb bigger than my head, like 2 football size. And it's shaped like that. And it came up and it just floated there. Went here, floated there, and went back off screen. It's come up like 3 times. I think it's just holding itself off screen. But look at all the orbs in the backyard, Donna. Earlier, it looked like it was snowing orbs, like the attic did that one time. It's on this live show. You see a lot of orbs. They're fast, some are slow. I'm going to back out, and then if we see something big, I'll zoom in. But I've been recording for a while. This is my backyard now. It's no longer the attic. Don't worry, there's still orbs in the attic. This property is definitely haunted. You see that? I mean, I swear. Lots of them, yep. That's what I was recording earlier. There's lots more on this video if you watch it from the beginning. I mean, you'll see things that I didn't. Oh, did you see that? You'll see that? It's trying to come in. You see on the edge of that screen? That's a big orb that's like just off screen right there. That's not the orb, but there's something like right here that you can't see. I bet you would turn the camera that way, it'll stay off screen. That's how intelligent that orb is. I think it stays off screen. Because it's a spirit. I don't think it's an orb. I think it's an apparition. Did you see that? That was a weird apparition right there for a second. It wasn't as big as the one I saw earlier. Look, it's getting busy again, Donna. Wow. This is the backyard. Now, some of them, like I said earlier, in all honesty, are probably bugs, but we can see most of them are not bugs. You see it for yourself. This is live. Right now it's happening in my backyard. As I talk and speak, this stuff's floating around. These orbs are floating around in my yard. But so far, there's been nothing unfriendly. I think more like curiosity. The one person said, a friend of mine told me, you should get rid of your spirit dolls. They're drawing all these folks to you. I said, why? They didn't do nothing. They're not mean or evil. Besides, the way my property's blessed, they can't be mean or evil be on my property. None of these orbs could. I don't know. That's what I've been trying to figure out. I was telling somebody this is a ghost. You know how you go to a resort place people go to get away from work and all that stress relief resorts? Well, this is the ghost stress relief resort. I guess is my yard in my house. Wendy Gulliver commented on your post. Oh, so I get a comment. Somebody's already commenting on some of my posts. I shared. I put a clip on YouTube earlier of all the new orbs in the backyard. So I have attic orbs, I have yard orbs, I have my bedroom orbs. They're not as, I've seen a few there. My porch has orbs. Here orb, there orb, everywhere orb. All right, that's a bad pun off Farmer in the Day. I'm sorry. But I can tell you earlier, right on the other side of this bush in there, I saw something look like feet, but no top walking across. Walking across. So this, some people, ooh, it's spooky. Now, some people are so afraid they wouldn't go out in that yard. After they see that, they never go out there again. I'm gonna play. Oh, see that there? That wasn't even as big as orb I've seen. I've seen orbs, really big. And I see that one weird shaped one that hasn't come by yet. It's on this video, so probably it's about 15 minutes back from what I'm recording now, 10 minutes back. Like I said, picks up, it slows down. There was an orb way in the back going across the screen. That could have been that person again, I'm not sure, because it didn't. But I can tell you I have seen a partial body apparition tonight. For sure. But I guess when you're dead, you only have so much energy that you can make yourself appear. Javier, welcome to the rant. I was about to hang up on y'all, but some new ones came on, so now I'm here. I have all these things. I've sent them to some of the ghost shows, but I guess when you have 10,000 videos coming in, and example, they're slow to respond. They want something that's really exciting, like if I had an image of the devil walking across my yard, they'd be want me on TV yesterday. Or what appeared to be the devil. Or if I could produce a wormhole and something came out of it, that would be on TV. I don't know. Seeing all these, but I keep posting haunted yard, most haunted attic. I keep posting on YouTube. I'm starting to get more followers on YouTube, so spread the word. Go to my tell folks if you know them, go to Ghost My Home on YouTube. Ghost My Home YouTube. And they'll see there is a lot of captures on there. Yes, this Saturday, as I was saying earlier, I am having a ghost hunt. But it's going to be a different kind of ghost hunt. You say, well, how can it be different? It's going to be totally dark ghost hunt. Which means there will be no light on other than my phone and the one or two flashlights. That's the only light I'm going to have. And I'm only going to have that so I don't fall and break my neck. But other than that, everything's going to be off. TV's going to be off. All lights are going to be off. No light. There's going to be no light in the kitchen. I'm just going to walk around with the phone and stuff. And I think it's going to be different because I am going to take I'm going to let you guys direct a ghost hunt. So someone's going to say, "Hey Dan, go out to the yard for a little bit." I'm going to go out to the yard and do some EVPs out there. Then someone might say, "Hey Dan, go to your dining room. Let's look at the monitor for a little bit." I'll go there. Someone might say, "Dan, go up in your attic," and like you did before, I'll have the stairs down and I'll go up there. I know. See what I'm talking about? There are some big ones. So that is going to be a totally dark ghost hunt, and I'm going to have people suggest to me what to do, and if it's safe, I'll do it. I'm even going to go into my guest room on the weekend, see what's in there. Now, some place will be slower. I may not get any EVPs, but I'm going to put them out there. Plus, I have my new tool that I'm going to use Saturday, too. I've already tested it, and it works really good. I did get a new ghost tool, and I'm going to use it in Saturday's ghost hunt. I told you as soon as I got that tool, I was going to do a ghost hunt. But I had an idea today while I was working. I said, well, you know what? I have 2 cameras in the attic, and one of them really doesn't catch anything. It's like it was only aimed at a small area. I said, let me pull that out, and for today, and for a little bit, put a camera out in the yard, see if I catch anything. And honestly, initially, I did not expect to catch anything. What is the new tool? Well, hold on, and I'll show you. Since you asked, I'm going to go get it. Hold on. We're going to go in here. I got to grab it. It's on the shelf. Right now, it's put up. Here we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back in here and show you what it is. So don't go nowhere. Okay. Now. Okay. The new tool is it's a millimeter, but it's a deluxe one. So this one can do temperatures, sounds. I got lights across that'll go off, and you can tell. And there, you set a base number. I'm not going to turn it on right now, but you set a base number, and then if it changes the base number, it's different. And it has a kickstand, so I can just pull out. I know what's a kickstand, right? Hold on. I'll show you. You don't want to open now, cause ow. Okay. So here's the kickstand on the back of it. It comes out, and you can push it up, and you can just sit it up like that. So I'm going to have that, but this also can go with me walking, so I can take it outside and see if we get different readings. So that's my new tool, my new ghost tool. Can I record sounds off from outside or off of this, off the tool? Well, I can record sounds off of EVP recordings, have them on. I can record sounds off my cell phone. If you're talking about the cameras, it's, I think it says the cameras sometimes, if I hit sound, they're supposed to come on. But let me see. I'm going to show you what happens when I try to get. I think I need to figure out how to add a speaker to the unit, and I haven't figured that out yet. But this is what it gives me an option of. Let's see, I go down here. Now down here it says I can zoom in, has a speaker's turned off. So if I turn, now that means the volume's on. So whatever's on coming in on the camera outside, I can hear. Now can they hear me? No. But I have heard things when I turn that volume on from the cameras, but it's not very loud. So I have to figure out a way. There's the main unit to put, not there. That's this unit that's here to hook up speakers to it. And I think I know how to do it. I'm gonna get a speaker. I have a big speaker I can plug into it. I'm gonna test it tomorrow. If it works like I think it will, then I'll have sound in the office too, on the monitor. But for each camera, you actually have to turn the speaker onto each camera. It doesn't automatically be on if you don't turn it on. Anyway. Oh, off the tool. Yes, off the tool, you'll hear sounds. It'll beep. It'll give it. There's lights that flash right there. It changes temperature. This is the antenna. I can even make it create. I put the antenna up, and like my one tool, if any electromagnetic goes field, it can send out its own electromagnetic field, and if something crosses in the field, it'll go off. It'll make an alarm. So yes, the tool will make sounds like some of my other tools do. And I should just say what it is. But I mean, I got this. And I mulled on it for about 2 weeks before I finally bought it. And then I decided I'm going to get it. The Mel meter. So look up Mel meter, and it'll kind of type ghost Mel meter in searches in Google and Yahoo, and it'll bring up different versions, and you'll see what it does. Make sure you get the deluxe version, because that's the one. Look, y'all see that big bat? Look, there it is. You see it? Did you see that, Donna? Did you see that huge orb? That's what I was talking about. I don't know if I gone pro yet. I'm not on TV yet. But I don't really want to be on TV. I want people to come here and have fun. I don't know if I can get away with it. Maybe. I mean, that was huge. I mean, that was bigger than my head. And my sister says I have a big head. Some of my sisters. I said that earlier, but it's still funny. I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll do something different this Halloween. I'll put an ad like in Craigslist or something and say, for Halloween, come to my house. Instead of trick-or-treating, bring your ghost hunting tools and do a ghost hunt. I am working on getting a medium to come here, a real medium, to see if she can sense any of the spirits or what they're doing here. You know, like the one that's on Dead Files, and then what's the other one? There's another show that has a medium all the time. I want to see if I can get a professional medium here. If any of y'all know a professional medium in this area that you trust, that's a ghost medium, then you let me know. Yeah, anybody's welcome to join. I mean, if you decide you're independently wealthy and you fly into Fayetteville and rent a car, come down here, you're welcome. Or Laurinburg. Don't fly into Charlotte. You'll be 3 hours away from here. Fayetteville's the closest big airport in Raleigh to where I live. So it kind of gives you an area, part of the country I'm in. Raleigh, North Carolina. Then Fayetteville's south, and I'm south of Fayetteville. But I mean, that was huge earlier, Donna. That was, I don't know what that was just great. You have to think, these are not, if that's a bug, that's the biggest, weirdest bug I ever saw. They're not bugs, I'm just messing with y'all. Man. And if you're ever in here, you're welcome to come by. If y'all give me notice that, hey, Dan, we're going to be down near Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, we want to come visit you, give me some notice. We'll work it out. Come stay a night. I got a guest room. You got to give me some warning. And why would I want warning? Because if I have guests, I like to have some drinks for them and some snacks. Maybe make them a meal or two while they're here. I'm a pretty good host. And I also, if somebody comes, hey, we're coming for we came to do the ghost hunt, and they're not scheduled, and I don't know who they are, they ain't coming in my house. You never know, crazy people out there. I'm trying to research the history of my place. Oh, there was that big orb again. I want to see if it'll come up. I am. But every time I get ready to go on a Monday, something else comes up I have to do that's more important. This is times that, and I don't mean to sound this thing, this is time you wish you had a partner in this. So they could do some of the stuff that I can't. Because I do have a full-time job, so I have to work from home all the time. So that takes 45 hours a week. It's in itself. And then and I work in the daytime, so the time I get off, you can't go to the library historian. But I did get a call back, and I got a voicemail message, and I got the number. I got to call the person back and see if I can get a historian to tell me more about this house. If I can get a historian to tell me more about the property and the history, because I honestly believe there was another house here before this house, the first house, the original part of my house was built, because there's been an add-on or two to it. But I honestly believe there was another house here, and they burned down, they rebuilt it. And I've heard rumors, but I can't prove them yet because I don't know where to look. There might be a basement that was with the old house that burned down. And when the old house burned down, they either filled it in or sealed it, so you couldn't get in there. Now, what would be interesting is if there were a basement. I'm not saying there is. I'm telling you, it could be a rumor, it could be nothing. But if it were, just hypothetically, if there were, then who knows what could be in it or what happened there. And that could also be causing all this activity. Oh, do you recommend a beach in North Carolina? My kids and I are looking for a vacation in July or August. Look along. I'll tell you, there's beaches. There's more than one beach. But look for Wrightsville Beach, spelled with a Wrightsville. I think that's how you spell it. Anyway, look for that and beaches near there. And that area, as long as the weather's good, there's a lot of nice beaches in there. So that'll give you, I'm just getting to say, start there as your point and look away from there if the costs are too high. And there are other beaches around there. I don't recommend you going you can go south into North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach, but it's more congested there and stuff. If you want more touristy stuff where you can buy t-shirts, you know how you go to some of them beaches and they got, t-shirts $5 and this, they're cheesy t-shirts, but they're okay. I mean, I bought some stuff down there. But if you just want to go to a beach to have fun, there's an inlet off of, I was at Wrightsville Beach, and you go down from the hotel I was, and there's a private road, you go out to the beach, and there's a big pier out there. And people go out there all the time, especially at night. It can be cool to go out there. I mean, if you have a better half and you want to be romantic, it's a neat place to go for that. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to get me a drink. My throat's getting dry. I talk too much. But I know I talk too much, and there's no big ghost going around right now. Okay. I feel better now. I got a little drink in me. Okay. But like I said, that's what I would say about Wrightsville Beach. I've been there. I actually stayed at a motel there, two different motels there, and they were smaller, but it was nice. It was just nice. You go out and you can sit at the sand at 3 a.m. if you feel like doing it. But see now, as I can get, I figure before I could be pro as what did Javier said, I probably have to get me two or three more tools. Not that I don't have enough. I've got more tools than some folks do when they do basic ghost hunting at these old, the old places. And they go in there with the meter, their phone, and the light, and take some pictures and an EVP recorder. Well, North Carolina is a nice state, has nice beaches. The downside of North Carolina and South Carolina beaches is just one thing. From June till November is technically hurricane season, tropical storm season. So if you're planning a vacation to a North Carolina beach, you want to, it's next to impossible. Oh, so you used to live on Topsail Island. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. You have to plan for a quick evacuation. If you come to vacation and suddenly Hurricane so-and-so or Tropical Storm this comes, and they tell you can't go to your hotel, and you're like, oh man, where are we going to go for a day or two? You call me up and we'll make do. You can come stay at my house. If power goes out, I got a generator. I can get lights and refrigerator going, so not a lot of lights, and get enough energy to charge your phones. So if you plan it out and it don't work out, or you get stuck because of a storm, you won't be abandoned. I'll just tell you how to get to my house. And if you get here before the storm hits, you're welcome to hang out. But I'm still doing this, and it's just amazing. You think what's no longer there? Topsail Island? It might not be. I know you can't say the orbs are no longer there because they're still going by. That's amazing. But like I said, it comes in spurts. 1 minute there's nothing, and then you wait a couple minutes, and it's like a bunch of stuff. Now I backed up so you can see the whole screen again. I want to go like this, but it won't let me on Facebook. It keeps... I don't know why it won't either. Maybe some way when it does live, it kind of screws up their systems, their service. Eventually, hopefully, they'll get that fixed. But I don't know. The good news was that I heard, we'll talk politics for a minute because I haven't done that a whole lot lately in rants, is Trump cannot... Oh, you heard it was wiped out? Trump cannot get back on Facebook. The board said no. Twitter said no. And a few of the other ones he was on that's more popular, like Snapchat, said no and no. Now, he's so desperate and starved for attention, he created a blog for his folks to go to. But in the blog, they really can't interact with him. He just puts it there, they read it, and that's it. So y'all saw that bright orb. I'll tell you what I did see earlier, which I was actually surprised, and this was in the daytime. And it may be the only... For 6 months for now, is that what we're talking about, Donald Trump? Or you're talking about your vacation from 6 months from now? Or they're holding him up for only 6 months. I'm trying to realize which one you're referring to. At any rate, he can't get on there. So that's, even if it's for a while, it's good that he's not going to get back on there. Oh, and he was trying to create a secret Twitter page, and Twitter called it. So they're going to leave him banned forever because he's trying to cheat. Oh yes, Trump. Well, I hope they keep him off all of those forever because he's dangerous. And unfortunately there's people that just memorize. I guarantee you, Trump bought an island like Jim Jones. Y'all, and most of you know who Jim Jones was. And he told his followers, Darius, welcome to the rant. Ghost rant for today. But I honestly believe if he bought an island or went somewhere like Jim Jones did and invited tons and tons of his followers down there, maybe thousands of them went, and then he says, okay, we're going to take this juice and take over the world. And it was suicide juice, and they didn't know it. They'd all drink it and be dead. I would not be shocked. I'd be disappointed so many people died because of his. But again, look at all the people died because of the pandemic because of him, because he didn't take any action. He tried to act like it didn't happen. It didn't exist. It's magically going to go away. No, it ain't. It never did. Now it's going away, not magically, but scientifically, thanks to President Biden, Vice President Harris, and his team. I'm sure, and I thank all of them for that because I got one more shot to go on May the 13th, and I'm done. I haven't had my second shot yet, dose, but then that's it. Then according to North Carolina's restrictions now, I don't have to wear a mask after that, unless I go into crowded areas. And I probably would wear a mask out of respect when I go into a grocery store. And not forever. For a while longer, they want until they get a certain amount of people have gotten the antivirus. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't want to get the virus. So, anybody that sees this ghost ring and likes this, I'm telling you, all the spirits in my house would probably tell you, get the dang virus or you're going to end up like them. A freaking orb in my backyard. So get your shot. It pinches and it's over. Some people are worried about getting sick. You know the worst that happened to me? I got a knot in my arm for a day or two and it went away. Look, that was it. So get your shot if you see this. I wasn't going to throw that in there, but get your shot. Get your shot, get your shot. I can say it 10,000 times and 10,000 more, and you still, if you haven't gotten it, then you're a dummy. And if you don't get your shot, you're a dummy. You must want to die. Or you must want to make your family sick because you're too stubborn. Or because Trump said don't get a shot because of him. I got news for you. Don't listen to Trump. He got his shots. Trump got his shots. And he got them long for anybody else. He got them in January of last year. And a lot of them because, well, I believe it's dangerous, but it's not. I mean, I am one that never gets a flu shot, folks. I'm telling. Seriously, I'm not saying I shouldn't get a flu shot, but I never have. In all my years, or if I did get a flu shot, it was so long ago I don't remember. But I haven't gotten a flu shot in so many years. I don't think I ever had one. And even with CVS says, hey, you can have a free flu shot. I never go get them. I just happen to be one of the people that don't get sick easily, but when I do, I get really sick. But I've never can say I had a flu that I knew it was a flu. I can say I've gotten feverish, a little sick for maybe 12 hours, a little bit. Worked half a day, took off, worked another half a day, took off, and then I was fine. That's the worst sick that I've been as far as that type of thing goes. But for a person that never gets a flu shot, I'm getting the pandemic shots. Why? Because I know, I look at all these people that died, and I'm a pessimist. Why take unnecessary risk? I think that's what pessimism means, but don't take any chances. And I don't. Now, it's really dark out there for what you're seeing. Now, I'm going to go back to the ghost cameras because this has been fun. Stop. Tell my daughter, tell her to get up and run to get her shot done. It's really easy. The shots are free, folks. All you have to do is look up in your area or your zip code on the national websites that they have and say, find my shot. There's something, just type find my shot in anywhere and something will come up for your area. Type in your zip code and it'll tell you the closest place to go. And yes, I do recommend you calling and making an appointment because even in Red Springs, this small town, I had to call and make an appointment and then go. Look, there's the big orb again, Donna. You saw it. It's out there. It's kind of like, I wonder if that big orb is leading the rest of them. That was a big freaking orb. But at any rate, that's just amazing. But anyway, get your shot, and you tell your daughter I said to stop dragging her feet. Tell her she's risking other people's health. And now I can understand where some parents, if their kid is younger than 8, might not want to give them a shot because they don't know how it'll affect the really young kids yet. But then again, they are the least vulnerable from what they say, least likely they get the virus anyway. So they're okay. But eventually they're going to come out with a vaccine for them too. But I can understand if they were really young, you might say, well, they're really young. I don't want to give them a vaccine. We don't know how it affects them yet. I agree. But anybody older, I think, is older than, I think they said 12 or 13 or something like that. They got an age now that they said as young as that, it's safe for them to have the vaccine. But we have to set the example. Why do you think I'm getting my shot? And what's his excuse for not wanting the shot? Is he afraid it's going to turn him into something else? I mean, come on. If you can't give me a good reason why to get a shot so I can live, And you can't give me a better reason like, I don't want the shot because I want to die. Well, then you save yourself time and jump off the Empire State Building, which hasn't been done in a lot of years, and at least get a lot of publicity as you go out. He doesn't trust it. All these millions of people have gotten a shot and they haven't died. So a few of them got sick. So he needs to check himself. I don't trust it. Why? Because some people got sick. A few people got sick, but they didn't die. They're fine. Yes, different people affects differently because their systems are different. For the most part, though, they do test. Tested a lot of people before they came out with this. Think of it this way. Our government was nice enough to spend billions of dollars getting the shot perfected, and now spending billions of more dollars to get it out to you. And it's free. You don't got to pay for it. I would say, get your shot. It's kind of like, I bet if they were giving him everybody a free car, do you think he'd say, well, I don't want the free car. I don't trust it? I mean, come on. I'd take the free car, have my mechanic check it out. So do I need to repair anything? Now, unfortunately, the government's not giving away brand new free solar or electric cars yet. And that might be when I'm about 80 or 90, if they ever do. And I might be too old to drive then. But nevertheless, maybe my grandchildren will get one. But the point is, get your shot, get your shot, get your shot, get your shot. I can't say it enough. The spirits are telling you to get your shot. The ghosts are telling you to get your shot. I promise you, if you believe in a God, he's telling you to get your shot. A lot of people say, there's a religion that says Jesus will heal everything. Jesus can heal everything. But he also allowed doctors to be here to help you. Read the Bible carefully. It explains doctors. I'm glad it was free too, but I would have paid for it too. But now if they came out and said it was $10,000 a shot, I might have to ignore it or wear a mask. But it's free. And guess what? The pharmacists are happy that helped build these viruses. You know why? Because they're making money hand over fist even from the government that we're not having to pay for. And you have to admit, Trump, I hate to say this, folks, but Trump, and I honestly believe this, had Trump still been in charge, thank God he's not, but had he been in charge, he would have found some way to make us pay for it. Or he would have said, well, you got to have a background check or you got to be, he would try to do that. He would discriminate against people in a minute. Well, if you ain't white and have orange hair, you got to wait an extra week. Certain people can't get it till later. If you look like an immigrant, you can't get it till next year. I mean, he would have had something. That's how ignorant he is. So we're thankful in the name of Jesus that he's not the president because we don't have to deal with anything like that. But they're giving it to us for free. So get your shot, folks. Get your shots. Watch the ghost hunt this Saturday. I'm trying to think, what time will I start it? What time is it now? 10 o'clock? Probably, it gets darker around 8 or 8:30, so probably about 9 or 9:30. And like I said, I'm going to do a totally dark ghost hunt, turn off all the lights, and go through my house. And you guys are going to help me. And I'll have my phone fully charged at that time. Tell me what you want me to do. I'll start off looking at this monitor to see where it's busiest. And maybe start there. But then I'll go other places. Somehow I think deep down God's glad that he's gone too. Like, thank them people woke up and voted him out. Maybe that's what God was trying to do, is wake up the country and say, you can't have an idiot run your country like this. What are y'all folks doing? And 80-something million of us woke up enough to say no. And remember it's like 10 million more people, Democrats, voted than before. So remember what I told you. We always outnumber the Republicans. Don't you know that's their fear? Don't you know why they try to get all these voting laws passed in certain states? Because we outnumber them. They know this. They cannot win an honest election. If all mail-in ballots allowed and all these different ways to vote is allowed that's safe and legal, they lose. They know this already. Why do you think they're going across these states trying to change voting laws? Well, it's because we have all this. They keep using excuses voting fraud. They keep trying to gerrymander districts so they can get more seats. Why do you think they do that? Because they know fair and square, honestly, head to head, they'll lose. About 80, 90% of the time. They know this. So they already decide, well, we can't win fair and square, and we're outnumbered now. And there's a lot more diversity in the country. And then there's a lot of white people that are on everybody else's side because we all believe in being fair and square too. They know they ain't got the vote. And they don't got enough crazy people to vote them in. So if you can't win fair and square, what do most people do? When you're a kid and you lose a Monopoly game and nobody looks, you probably, and you're mad because you haven't ever won a Monopoly game, you might be stupid thinking, oh, I'm going to get this extra $500. They ain't seeing it. I'm going to help win the game. That's how Republicans think. They don't think, well, if I play hard enough and long enough and I try to be fair and square, I can eventually win because I try to do things the right way. Republicans don't see it that way. I'm not going to say no Republicans could see it that way because I'd be lying. But most Republicans right now do not see it that way. It's not fair and square. They can't win. So if they can't win, they're going to cheat. So pay attention to your upcoming elections. Pay attention to your local elections. And if you have a local primary, and that'll be coming next February, March, and April, go vote. It's your right to vote. Don't let them tell you you can't vote. Don't let them make new laws. And let's push our senators and our congressmen that we voted in, that we got control of the House and the Senate, to get H.R. 1 passed, S1 passed, get those Voting Rights Act and legislation passed. To me, that is top priority over everything else. Not that everything else is not important, but if we get all that, if we can get those bills passed, that's what they should be working night and day, 24/7 on. If they get those passed in their law, it'll wipe out most of those state bills. Of course, most of those states will come up, try to come up with another bill. So we can ignore the federal law, but they can't ignore the federal law because if they do, all those states will lose federal tax dollars. And they'll create federal voting places in those states so people can go vote. Don't you realize that's what those bills are about, is creating federal voting places to change the law so in federal elections they can't cheat. So whatever they do locally to get an extra seat, they're going to have to run for office and win, and they can't do that. That's what those bills are about. If we get those bills passed, we're good to go. So that should be everybody's top focus. Start reading up on H.R. 1, S1, what they mean and why they need to pass, and start spreading the word. We've got to get those bills passed. Yes, I want the Family Act bill. I want the infrastructure bill. Those are important too. But the one they need to focus on first is, we got it done, is those voting bills. They have to find a way to do it. And I don't care what they have to give that senator from West Virginia and that senator from Arizona to get those bills passed, to get a talking filibuster at least so they can get them passed. Guess what? They need to do it. That's what we need to do. And that's what's important. So that's my political rant for the night. Short and sweet, but to the point. It is most important. And it's something that I am watching. As you get closer, you're going to probably hear more and more about it from me. Because it's that important. Our country's at stake. And we cannot let them take back the House or the Senate. So we have to pay attention to that. So vote and tell people if they're having local House races, they're having House races and Senate races and primaries, to go vote. Make sure you vote strong Democrats into running for the general election in 2022. In both the House and the Senate. People say, well, they say they can get this seat and that seat from us. True, maybe they can get a seat or two from us here and there. But we need to focus on what seats they're vulnerable on them and go full bore at those seats and take more seats from them than they can gain from us. And every election, we tend to lose a seat here and there, and they do too. But if we can get more seats, net seats, keep our seats and win more net seats than they do, guess what? We win. Yeah, they're calmed down. They're still there, but they're not as bad as they were. Maybe they're taking a coffee break. But at any rate, keep that in mind. Anyway, let's see if we can catch any last big orb here. I'm zoomed in. Not really. I see a couple of streaks here that go in Thursday. I think the big orb left. Maybe they went to the graveyard. See right here? It's back there behind this fence. There's a graveyard. Now that's just bushes moving, and I'm too close to it, so it's not really moving. That's the camera resetting. But where I had it aimed, that open spot is where the graveyard is. This is the back of my yard, what I still own, and then the graveyard is over there. But anyway, it's on the other side of the fence. But there's a graveyard there, so I think that's one of the reasons that I have a lot of orbs. And you keep seeing that big light go on and off. Well, there's a big street. Yeah, maybe they didn't like the political conversation. They're dead. What do they care? Not like they can vote. Wait a minute. The Republicans say they can. We got to get all the orbs on our side so they can vote for our people. Republican says we're having dead people vote. Hey, orbs outside. You need to go vote for all Democrats this November, next November in 2022. If I could hear them laugh, they're probably all laughing like, yeah, right. Well, the Republicans in the fleshy world say you can. They say you're doing it already. You're cheating for the Democrats. So if you could really do it, why not? Yeah, if they're really accusing you, at least you could do is go do it. And then that way they'd be right. All right, orbs, we're out here talking about you again. What are you doing in my yard? Where's that big, huge orb I saw and that backbone orb I saw earlier? See, they're getting busy again, Donna. I started talking about them. But get ready and bring all your orb friends this Saturday because we're doing a dark ghost hunt in this whole house, this property. I might even go out to the porch with all the lights out. See what we can do. Depends how quick and how tired I get. I started talking about the orbs, guess what? They started coming back. Maybe you're right, Don. They don't like politics. I wonder if they're more active when there's like tropical storms and tropical weather here than there's not. See, by doing all this research and many orbs I have and I see different trends, I'm starting to figure out like different times of day. They seem to be in different places. They seem to be more active. So what that tells me, I think the doorways, the portals move around. Just like most people think, I think I've been able to prove it. Wi-Fi calling experience have been updated to help my network. I just got that. Oh, that might improve my phone sending ability. But anyway, I think there's different portals at different times that are more open than others. So like one day at a certain time, you may get slam bunk orbs. And the next 2 days at the same time, nothing. But you go to that same location later that night or earlier that morning, you might get a lot of orbs. So I think portals tend to move around. And I think in this world, we should be careful why there are ghost portals. If some portal became powerful enough, you might fall through and you'd be stuck on the other side not knowing how to get back. But hopefully the orbs on that side, the spirits can tell you how to get back. Because if you fall through and you're still in the flesh, you're not supposed to be there. So let's hope that never happens to me. Because y'all be saying, what happened to Dan? What happened to Dan? I can't find him. Most people say, hey, go look around his yard and his house and his attic. He might have fell through a portal. He's trying to get back. All righty. That was fun. I got to be more active. So this actually took longer than... Yeah, and I think, I don't know if I can figure it out absolutely, but I think I could come up with a really good theory that makes logical sense. I'm getting close. I'm being close every day, and I'm in a good place to do it. Who knows? Maybe in 5 years I'll write a book and say this is what I've learned, and see what people think. There'll be always someone that says, "Oh, well, how do you know?" I said, "I don't. I'm not dead. I can't go find out and come back." But it makes look. You see that might have been a ghost rabbit because it looked like it was hopping. I mean, we don't know. Maybe rabbits have spirits. I've had rabbits in my yard before. I've seen rabbits, cats, dogs, squirrels, moles. Got all kind of little creatures out there. But I haven't seen any bears, so that's good. I haven't seen any Bigfoots, so that's good. What would I do if Bigfoot came in my yard? No, I'd be hiding in my house, hoping he didn't break in here and get me. Or that I could reason with him if he did. I know, just another big one. I mean, it's just amazing. This is a busy, this is Thursday night, so we'll see what we get Saturday night. We'll judge this night by Saturday night and see if we get the same. And I'll be doing some of my dark ghost hunting from this because I can see all my cameras from here. But that being said, whoa, I'm getting ready to go. So now they're making a final showing. But I am going to go. I've been on here an hour and a half. And I will be on here Saturday. I'm doing and I give my word. I have to say it that way. So when I say I give my word, I have to do it because I trap myself into it. Unless I'm feeling deathly ill, which I doubt, I have to do it. But y'all are seeing this live, and y'all know what orbs look like. You've seen enough. I think there'd be many, many ghost hunters would come here if they really knew how busy it was. You'd probably get a medium or two to come here. But that's why I do these videos so they can see. So spread the word. Share this rant when it's done. You'll see it, and then share it to your page and have other people share it to their pages. And people say, well, where did that come from? Oh, I will. I told you it's going to be about 9 or 9:30 Saturday night. I'm going to go on. I'm telling you now. So keep that in mind. It won't be any later than 9:30, maybe as early as 9. But by 9:30, I'll be on. I may be setting up earlier so I can put I'm going to have to decide where I'm going to put certain meters so I can turn them on and see what happens. And play with my new toy. So you'll know. Everyone's going to know because I'm announcing it right now. Saturday night, for everybody who sees this at the close, there is a ghost, what I call a full dark ghost hunt in my house. This is Ghosts in Your Home from North Carolina. And they seem like they're excited about that. They seem like getting more active as I'm talking about it. And I'm going to go totally put the house dark. And what I'm going to do is just start in one room and then have you guys ask me where you want me to go next. And then I'm going to go there. And I'm going to have my light on my phone and a flashlight and my new little toy carrying with me. And the rest of the places, I'm going to have cameras and meters set up so we can see what we get. I got 2 EVP recordings, so I'm going to maybe do a little bit of EVP recording. It'll be fun. Anyway, I look forward to it. And I look forward to seeing y'all, but thank you for being here tonight. Be blessed. Have a good week. We'll see you Saturday. Love you guys in Christ, and I'm getting ready to finish this while they're on break. Bye for now, y'all. Talk to you soon. I hope you have fun tonight.